In this video, I share with you some of my favorite things to bring whenever I'm traveling. For more Hawaii videos, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell so you're alerted every time we post a new video.
Aloha, I'm Mariam and this is Yes to Hawaii. We make Hawaii videos, take the guesswork out of planning your trip. As always, I'll leave timestamps in the description box below, so feel free to skip around the video for the parts that you came here for.
In this video, I'm going to take you with me as I pack for an upcoming trip. I'm going to show you some of my favorite things that I love to bring whenever I travel, and also what bags that I use. Personally, I'm a complete carry-on only traveler. I cannot remember the last time I checked luggage, and the main reason that I stopped checking luggage is because I've had so many friends have their luggage lost and their vacation completely ruined. But over the years, I've just gotten really used to having only one carry-on bag and one personal item. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I'll talk about the bags that I like to use, then I'll jump into the items. And I'll leave timestamps in the description box below, so feel free to skip around the video for the parts that you came here for. All of these items are in no particular order, and I'll leave links in the description box below for everything that I mentioned. So first off, for my favorite travel bag. If you've been watching this channel for a bit, you know that I absolutely adore the Away luggage brand. I actually bought the carry-on in white years ago at the recommendation of a friend, and I absolutely love it. The carry-on is so light. They've got the wheels that completely rotate 360 degrees, so it's super easy and comfortable to carry in the airport. And it's very, very sleek. It's got compression sections within the actual bag itself. I got the one that has the built-in battery pack, so I can charge my phone 3 or 4 times just in case I end up getting a low battery at the airport. I don't have to worry about it at all. I'll leave a link in the description box below for a full video on why I like the Away luggage brand so much and why you might too. Second is for my personal item. Now, over the years, I've definitely rotated with different personal items, whether it's a backpack, duffel bag, tote bag, purse, crossbody, different things depending on where I'm going and what kind of trip it is. I can completely say without a doubt in my mind, I now have a completely new favorite for my personal item, and it is the MinkeeBlue Ella 2.0 tote. Now, if you haven't heard about this company, I'll leave a link in the description box below and you should definitely check it out. So now I'll show you a little bit about the bag. The straps are super comfortable. The front, as you can see here, is patterned. There's gold hardware. And then what I really, really like the most about this bag, especially for the kind of traveler who only uses a carry-on bag, this bag also has a trolley sleeve. So what's good about that is that you can slip this right on top of your carry-on, so you don't have to carry this. You can just put it right on top of your carry-on and you don't have to worry about your bag falling off. Another good thing that I really like about this bag, it has the zipper pocket. So this zipper pocket is a great place if you want to put a little bit of cash, boarding passes, anything that's small that you don't want readily accessible to everyone else, but kind of accessible to yourself, because this is going to be the side that's going to be facing your actual carry-on. This is probably one of the coolest parts about the bag. There is a compartment here. So the bag itself comes with a lunch bag. So if you travel quite a bit and you want to bring your own food or snacks, you can definitely have this lunch bag. Another thing that I've seen people use this bag for is a toiletry bag. Of course, if you're flying, you can't use this as a toiletry bag, but you could definitely put other things like makeup, dry shampoo, whatever else you happen to need that is not liquid, you can definitely keep this in here and put it in the bag itself. It also comes with a shoe bag, so if you're the kind of person who wants to travel a certain way and then have comfier shoes when you're actually at the airport itself, this section is also good for a shoe bag too. So for me personally, because I'm going to be going on a long flight, I'm not necessarily going to be bringing a lunch bag because I typically will buy food at the airport. However, I am definitely using this partition to separate my stuff. Now for this bag in particular, what's really, really cool about it is that partition that I mentioned before. So on the inside here, this is the partition right at the half of the bag. So you can separate your stuff if you want to put all the stuff that you want to have with yourself the entire flight, but you don't necessarily need ready access to it. You can put that in the bottom partition. Anything in the top partition would be stuff that you want ready, easy access to. Now, as for the sleeve, on this side here, this is where you can put a laptop. In terms of sizing for a laptop, I have a MacBook Pro 16-inch and it fits perfectly within this. There's also a button here and here. So it's a bit adjustable if you've got a smaller laptop that isn't quite as thick, such as the MacBook Pro 16-inch. You can definitely make it a little bit more snug, or if you've got one of the thicker laptops, you can do that as well. There's also 2 small pockets here and here. So these pockets would be really good if you've got some chapstick or just small things that you want ready access to. You don't want to have to dig around for it. That's what that is perfect for. There's also a zipper bag right here on the inside. So if you have any ready access items that you want to make sure they're secure, that's a great spot for it. There's also a keychain hook. So for some people, I've seen people use the keychain hook for the actual purpose itself for the keys. However, what I've been using it for is I've actually been taking my AirPods, and what I've been doing is just hooking the keychain to that. That way I have my AirPods ready to go in my bag. I used to hook them on the outside, but I was super concerned that if the case popped open then I would lose my AirPods. But now what I've been doing is using it specifically with this keychain hook. I'll leave a link in the description box below for a full unboxing video that I did for this bag specifically. Now onto the item. Item number 1 is a 3-in-1 charger. This one I bought off of Amazon. It is perfect if you have an iPhone, an Apple Watch, and a set of AirPods. This is a wireless charger, this is for your Apple Watch, and then this here is for your AirPods. It also folds flat just like this, and it comes with the cord, and it also comes with a charging block. Again, this was about $30, and I'll just roll it up just like this, and then I'll put it inside of my personal item, which right now is my tote bag. Next, I'll have a few other bits of electronics, and I'll keep them in these clear bags. I personally don't like just throwing stuff in my tote bag. I feel like it's a lot more organized if you have these like smaller clear bags. So although I'll have the wireless charger, I'll definitely bring an extra corded charger. And I like doing this because sometimes when you're in certain planes, they do have a USB charger. And then other times at airports, they'll also have the charging ports. This just makes it a lot easier for me to use my phone and to charge it at the same time. I'll also bring a multi-charger as well. So this one has the USB, and then this I'll plug into the block, and then there's 4 different options. There's 2, which I'll typically use when I charge my phone and my iPad. There's also a USB-C charger, which is what I'll use to charge my mic. And then there's also one of these as well. Next, I'll make sure to bring some corded headphones. So this is the ones that I'll typically bring. They just came with my phone ages ago. And I like to bring a pair of corded headphones just in case there's something wrong with my AirPods, maybe I forgot to charge them, or anything along those lines. At least if I have a corded set, I can definitely be able to listen to music, watch movies, and just have that extra option. Next, I'll also bring a book light. So this is a smaller book light that I'll use. It also doubles, of course, as a flashlight. I really like using these as opposed to the overhead lights on the plane, just because I've noticed whenever I'm flying, typically the overhead lights are almost too bright. So if everybody around me is trying to sleep and my light is the only light that's on, it kind of can disturb people sometimes. So I personally just prefer using this. It's super small, and again, it doubles as a flashlight as well. Another thing that I'll also bring are these. These are lens wipes, so I like to use these whenever I'm about to film just because they're alcohol wipes. They can clean your lens. Same thing for if I'm going to, say, a beach or something and I have sunglasses but maybe I've gotten some sunscreen on. Just having 1 or 2 of these thrown in your bag is the perfect way to make sure that your video quality is super good, or again, if you're using sunglasses, just to make sure your lens that's on your sunglasses is super nice and clean and not covered in sunscreen. Another thing that I like to bring is a good quality makeup bag. This one is one of my personal favorites, and I really like this one because, one, the quality is really good, it looks really nice and luxurious, but it was super affordable, and again, I'll leave a link in the description box below. It also has 2 separate compartments. So the top compartment is the one that I'll typically put my makeup in, and then the bottom compartment here is typically where I'll put my makeup brushes, and I really like that you can keep those 2 things separate, so that way the powder that's on your makeup brushes doesn't come off on your makeup itself. Another item that I like to bring is this. So this is an all-in-one spoon, fork, and if you can see here a little bit too, a smaller knife as well. So I like to toss these inside of my bag because it has happened to me many a time where I will go to a airport, I'll go grab lunch such as maybe a salad or a soup or anything that requires cutlery, and I think that I have the cutlery included in the bag, and usually I do, but sometimes I don't, and by that time I've already sat down at the gate. I have to walk all the way back to the actual restaurant where I picked up the food to go and ask for cutlery again. It's also really good if you just want to use your own cutlery, that way you don't have to waste plastic. Another thing I always bring are these, which are wet ones. I'll usually bring a small pack. This one includes 20, so I'll usually use these before or after I eat, and then if I'm using the tray table that's on the plane itself and I want to make sure that surface is clean, one of these is perfect. I actually bought these at Target. Super reasonable, and for this one I just toss it in my bag so I always have something to keep everything clean. Another thing that I like to bring, and this is my personal preference, I like to bring some snacks for the actual journey itself and sometimes for like a light breakfast in the morning. So for example, let's say I'm flying from here to maybe another island or here to the mainland, and I'm going somewhere where I'm not super familiar with. I've definitely gone to those places, and then the morning that I wake up the next day, let's say the hotel doesn't have a restaurant with inside it, or maybe I really need that caffeine or just a quick bite before I go out and start looking for breakfast. So I like to bring these just simple granola bars. These I got from Sam's Club, and I believe these are from Amazon as well. I'll also bring just my own personal tea. So I really like this brand, American Breakfast. It's got a little bit of extra caffeine. And I'll also, and again, maybe this is a little bit type A, but I'll also bring this, which is a single use of condensed milk. There have been so many times where I've gotten to a specific destination and I'm super hungry, either wherever I'm trying to go to find food, whether it's Starbucks or a restaurant or anything like that. The line can be super long and I'm waiting and I'm hungry. Just by having a light snack, whether it's a granola bar and then maybe some tea or coffee with you. So all you need to do is just add hot water. So in this case, it could be instant coffee, or in my case, just tea. That way you have a little bit of caffeine and a little bit of fuel for you. So when you're looking for your favorite breakfast or brunch spot, you don't have to stop at the first spot because you're super hungry. You can actually stop and go to a restaurant that you would probably actually like, as opposed to choosing something just because of proximity. Next is having a few different clear bags specifically for my luggage. So this is one of my favorites. It's really nice because it is the perfect size for TSA. Now for the actual item itself, I bought this off Amazon, and I did read some of the reviews, and a lot of the travelers who are coming to or from Canada, they said that this bag was too big for whenever they were entering Canada. But for me, I've only traveled within the US recently and I've never had any problems with it. This is a regular bag, but as you can see here, super good quality zipper. I'll usually have maybe about 3 of these. So I'll use one specifically for my toiletries, and then I'll have maybe one for any electronics, and maybe I'll have a third one for any other cords, or if I have anything else that I kind of want to keep separate, but I want to have that visibility. So this is a really good way to do it. So this is an example of a completely full bag. So this is all of my toiletries in it. I've got some face wash, toothpaste, leave-in conditioner, lotion, nail polish, eye makeup remover, mouthwash. I also have these, which are Swipe and Go by Cutex. The Swipe and Go. So these, if you paint your nails a lot, this is actually really awesome because it's just nail polish to go. So you don't have to worry about wasting space in your toiletry bag for nail polish remover. It's just simply a wipe that's got the nail polish remover already on it, and you don't have to worry about it spilling. And if it does spill, for example, if you had like a 3-ounce bottle of nail polish remover, it's really caustic. So it can burn through your clothes. It can really damage a lot of your stuff. So I usually will bring, again, just like 2 of these. Another thing that I'd also really recommend to include with your toiletry bag is this. So this is just a super tiny mouthwash bottle. I used to not always carry mouthwash whenever I traveled, but sometimes when you have a super long flight, it's not super convenient to go find your toothbrush, your toothpaste, and brush your teeth somewhere. Just having this little small bit of mouthwash, and it's completely refillable many times, and I'll have just enough for just 1 or 2 uses, and then I'll refill it whenever I get home. But just having this in my bag, so when I get to my destination, if I just want to freshen up a little bit, just having a super tiny mouthwash bottle is super convenient. Another thing that I really like to bring with me is this neck pillow. So there's a couple different options that you can do, but I really like this neck pillow because it's raised just like this, and it's this like really comfy memory foam. So it goes a little bit higher up, and then this is perfect just for taking a nap or anything like that. And then on the side, there are little pockets. So if you have earplugs, you can actually tuck them in here. And then this has a little buckle strap, which is here. So you can easily just clip this onto your bag or your purse or your carry-on just to make it easy and accessible. Another thing that I really like to bring with me is a shampoo bar. So this one is by LUSH, and the case opens just like this, and the bar looks like this. It just looks like a bar of soap. But one of these has the equivalency of about 2 bottles of shampoo. This one is the jasmine scented one, and it's supposed to be more moisturizing for your hair than the other shampoo bars, but it comes with this case. You can purchase the case separately. I really like using this because I try to keep the liquids that I bring to a minimum, since again, I only use carry-on luggage, so I'll have a personal item and then a carry-on suitcase as well. I don't like to have too many liquids because there's always a risk that those liquids could leak out onto your stuff, your purse, your clothes, your computer. So if I can get a solid product like this one, I will definitely bring that one instead. And leaning off of that more solid product versus liquid product, this is something that I absolutely swear by. This one is by the Yes to Cucumbers brand. So this is a calming 2-in-1 scrub and cleanser stick. So it looks like this. And what I really like about this is that it has an exfoliant that's built into it. So if I'm going somewhere within the Hawaiian Islands, or actually anywhere even on the mainland that I know I'm going to be using a lot of sunscreen, I like to bring this with me because sunscreen, for whatever reason, always will typically break out my skin if I don't wash my face at night. So I'll use regular face wash, but I found that whenever I use exfoliant specifically, when I finish my day, it just removes all the sunscreen and that way my face doesn't break out. So this specific brand, again, this one is one of my favorites. Just make sure that if you do decide to buy this and you use it, you don't want to put the lid on right away. You want to keep it open just to make sure the solid will completely dry, and then you can put this on afterwards. If you're in a pinch, you can definitely do that, but just so that way you know if you're still at the hotel for multiple days, don't just use the product and then just leave it shut. Again, keep it open to keep it dry, and then once you're ready, you can always just put it like that. Two other items that I like to bring with me. Again, I don't use these on the regular. I only will use maybe one the entire trip, but I like to keep them with me in my purse or carry-on bag. So this item is a deodorant wipe, and it's by this brand here. So these are really good, especially if you're out and about in Hawaii. For example, let's say you're out, you're going hiking. Maybe after hiking, you're heading to like a brunch spot or to get an acai bowl, but you're a little bit sweatier than normal. Or if you're traveling and maybe your deodorant has worn off, these deodorant wipes are a complete miracle worker because it will leave you smelling super, super fresh, and they're super small, so you can just tuck them in your bag. Again, I wouldn't use these on the regular, but specifically when I travel, I might just pack one or two for the entire trip just in case I need it. Another thing that I'll also throw in my bag is these. These are the smaller Neutrogena eye makeup removers. Now again, same thing, I don't use these on the regular. I actually got these for free as part of a multi-pack when I bought them at Sam's Club. I bought the regular larger Neutrogena, like the 24 count, and then there was a small little pack of these. I like to toss maybe one of these in my purse, and the reason I do that is specifically if you're out in Hawaii, for example, and you're swimming, you forget that you have your mascara on, you get out of the water, you're gonna have the black mascara kind of running down your face if you didn't wear waterproof mascara. So just having one of these to kind of freshen up is perfect. Again, I wouldn't use these on the regular, use the normal larger size, but I would throw maybe one or two in my purse or in my travel bag. So that way if my makeup does happen to come off and is looking a little bit less than polished, I have at least one makeup wipe that's in here with me. Another alternative you can do to this is taking a makeup wipe out of your makeup wipe pack and then just putting them inside of a Ziploc, but for me personally, I found that those dry out really quickly. Another thing that I absolutely love to travel with are these. So this is the Olly brand immunity and sleep powder. So for me, depending on where I'm traveling, sometimes my sleep schedule can be a little bit confused. So those have about 3 milligrams of melatonin in them. They also have a few other things for immunity boost if you're traveling. All right, so that is just some of my few favorite things. This video is way longer than I anticipated, but I am in the middle of packing to go on a short trip to the mainland. So I wanted to make sure that I could share with you guys some of the things that I definitely wanted to travel. And thanks to the subscribers that have emailed me asking me for packing tips. I hope this video helped you. This is just one of a series of videos for the travel tip series on things to bring when you travel, just general hints, tips, tricks, anything for travel. If you have a must-have item whenever you travel or a certain travel tip you'd like to share, definitely leave them in the comments down below.
I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if there's any other Hawaii videos you'd like to see, definitely leave them in the comments down below.